All right. Hi everyone. Welcome to the TimePro sprint review for sprint 349. And for this sprint, we have completed 1 out of 2 sprint goals. So the first one is a zero sync error that we had with one of our biggest client, and we have fixed that this sprint. And the other one, the on billing one, it's for our cross billing epic, and we have addressed all the comments in this sprint and just waiting for test please feedback from our solution architects. So going down to the summary, this is a 2-week sprint. We planned it for 1 week, but then we extended for additional week because we have brainstorming retreat event that happened at our regular review planning day. So that's why we start with our estimated capacity for 1 week at 37. And then our actual capacity goes up to 68, accounting for the additional week. And this is the timesheet data for our sprint. So going down to the backlog, we have a lot of downs this sprint. So really nice. We fixed a bunch of bugs, and I will hand over to Jeffrey to demo some of the fixes that we have.
Yeah, so I'm just going to take over screen share. So I was going to do a demo in Prod, but I realized this is regarding a client, so I'm not going to do it. However, I prepared some screenshots for you to see. Can you see this, Sylvia?
Yep.
Yeah, so one of the fixes is now, Adam, if you go on a client's page, we have a new tab called rates. And this was very important to Michael because now there is a little pop-up when a rate is going to expire. So now this says one rate expires soon. If you click on it, you will see that, I think it's on the next one, that Callum's rate is expiring soon. So they can actually...
But I thought it would just automatically add another record on with a message or something. So don't you need a button there that says extend?
This could be an additional feature, but so far Michael is very happy with this, but we could work on this one. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Because so far the rates were automatically changed, and this was a problem for them because they didn't have the visibility. But yeah, we can make this. Okay, so we can actually do this after the call then, Sylvia.
Like adding, but also you can also just click that edit button on the right and then put a new expiring date for that.
You have access from here.
Yeah,
yeah, correct. Adam.
Yes.
What you mentioned can be done from here, actually. There's this edit button at the bottom. Right. Yeah. Oh, so you can do it. Sorry, I wasn't aware. You can do it from here.
I think, I don't know, it feels like you need a button that says extend.
Right.
Because edit is just going to extend that record.
Yeah.
But the button extend would add another record and leave that as
right.
Because the idea is if someone's rate has changed, it's prompting you to increase their rate.
Yeah, correct. Mm-hmm. Okay. We'll double check with Mike and
how this feature works would be awesome for a video.
Yeah, we can do it on video. We thought about it because we figured out there's a lot of things to show, so we're going to do it on video, yes.
Because essentially, someone's rate goes up, and it does become tricky for the account manager to remind the client or change the rates here. They get out of sync. We send the wrong rates to clients if you don't manage this correctly.
Yeah, correct. I reckon we should do a done video once the invoicing is fixed as well, because we have a lot of things we want to show as well. So we just do a big one with all the new features. Cool. All right. And the last one was if you go into a logged timesheet in the past, if you want to change any of the fields in the logged timesheet, you were able to do it and hit save. But in the past, there was no error message, like you should not be able to make a change. So now when you hit save after a change on the locked one, you get this error message that tells you you can't save this because it's a locked one. So yeah, just better experience now for users. That's about it, Sylvia. You can take over for the email.
All right, I will retake the screen share. Can you see it now?
Yep, all good.
Yeah, so that covers most of many of the done ones. And for the ones work in progress, do you want to ask about any of them? Like 2 of them. These are the 2 important ones that we've done for documentation. This one is for on billing. The other one is for the e-invoicing requested by SSW France. So yeah, and do
You
you
want
have
some
question?
context on those?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know which ones to ask about.
Right.
But they all seem like little ones, don't they?
They're big documents. So the onbilling had a lot of, onbilling is like 30 pages or something. And there was a lot of comments that I fixed. So now the document has a new version, which I've asked for a test case.
And you're not doing any work until there's a test pass?
No. I mean, there's a,
surely there's a lot of stuff that is not questionable.
We started, yeah, exactly. We started an onbilling issue, which is the UI UX here. So we started to the work again on the things that are not critical, but we still need to make some decisions on the actual architecture. Like there's a few critical points we need to address first from the docs before we kick off the work, yes. But yeah, we did start some work which was not, critical. And the second one is e-invoicing, which I mentioned to you today. Oh yeah, and this is a requirement in France. In September, we will need to be able to receive e-invoices at SSW through a platform. And in September next year, we need to be able to send them as well. So I've started to investigate this with Andrew in France, and we prepared a documentation.
Right.
And once it's passed by John, we'll get you to review it as well. Right. So we have all context. But yeah, it's mandatory, and so that's why we decided to work on it. Mike approved the work, by the way. Yeah, and that's about it. And the rest is just a few bugs that relates to invoicing. I don't think you need to know about those, but it's just small fixes.
Right.
All right, Sylvia, you can take over for the timesheet usage.
All right. Yep. Thanks, Jeffrey. So going down to the timesheet usage, these ones numbers doesn't change much from last time. It's like 1% and 2% difference. The sprint burn down looks a little bit awkward because we extended our sprint by an unexpected 1 week. So that's why we are bringing more PBIs in the middle of the sprint, and the trend just goes up.
And also Sam was on leave for the last 2 days.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah. But we did multiple deployment for the past sprints. We did 3 production deployment this time. So you could see we are finally trying to get our burn down chart to go down in the middle of the sprint instead of deploying everything near the end of the sprint. That's something that we set to improve, and we are improving this sprint. So going down to code coverage, these numbers doesn't change. So I will just skip over those. And the pipeline health as well. So I will continue down to this application health overview. This is the one of the massive dependency failure that we have mentioned in the past sprints, and we set to monitor it, and this has been monitored this sprint. Sam has taken a look at it, and he has yak-shaped 2 follow-up PBIs that he think will resolve the issue, and we have put those 2 into the next sprint as well. So going down to the state of epics, like we said before, the cross-billing epic was blocked by the on-billing documentation. That one needs to be reviewed, passed by the architects. So once that's approved, we can move on to the actual PBIs. So going down here, the R&D part, we say we are investigating different options for the on-billing, and that's reflected on our documentation. And the AI usage, do you want to take over, Jeffrey?
Yeah, sure. So we added this person value now as per Gert's comment. So this represents how much AI we use during the sprint. So I set 80% because I usually code in with AI, but then review manually. So PRs are reviewed manually. I still use the same tool, so I pay for Cursor that has Composer. For Sam, we're not sure because he's on leave today, so we don't know how much AI he used, but I'm quite sure it's the same as what we do. And for Sylvia,
Can you bold the biggest one? The one that you're using?
Oh, yeah, sorry. So Sylvia, can you bold Cursor for me, please?
This one?
Yeah, correct. For Sam, we're not sure, but yeah, bold yours as well. I don't know what you use the most. Yeah, okay, thank you. And Sylvia, 75%, and she uses Copilot mostly with Claude Opus 4.6. Now, moving on to the Claude stats. For the summary, I wasn't sure if I think I just opened the actual report on my end. So yeah, this one. I'm going to take over the screen share again. All right, so this is our AI summary, and it tells us that, so there's an OU section first, sorry. It tells us that we had a 94% capacity utilization because we used 64 effort capacity out of 68 effort. The other way around. Anyway, you get it. Sprint goals is actually wrong. It told us we did 2 and we actually only did 1. So I'm not sure why it got this one wrong. Deployment is correct and AI usage as well. Now in the overview, I'm just going to scroll down to the actual hard truth. 2 of them. First one is that the cross-building epic was blocked for more than 4 months. And this is because we diverged.
Did you mention that or work that out itself?
We talked about it in the recording, yes.
You actually said this has been blocked for 4 months.
Oh, no, sorry. We did not mention 4 months. So I'm not sure how.
I think it has memory from past sprint summary.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Okay.
Yeah. That's crazy, yeah. So yeah, he was able to pick up how long we've been working on this one. And the second one is 50% action item. So this is about the sprint goal, I believe. Completes half of commitments, which is weird because it tells us 50% here, but then it said we reached all the goals at the top. So I'm not sure why, but there's a bit of conflict here. We have a few tabs we can look at.
You know, you can report back at the bottom.
Yeah.
You can click on that view on GitHub.
Right.
Yak shave an issue into that backlog to show that
inconsistency
and ask the target team to fix it.
Right. I didn't know that. Sure. We can do this after this meeting. Awesome. Scrolling back up. So we have a few tabs. I'm just going to quickly go through them. Timeline. This is the speaker.
Have you already looked at this?
Yeah, I did quickly look at them before. So speaker time. It said that Sylvia spoke more than me, but then in the email, which Sylvia was sharing before, I think I was the one that spoke the most.
You mean the Copilot stats?
Yes.
Yeah, because that's based on what you're saying. Maybe you speak slowly.
Right.
But in terms of the words, Sylvia says more words.
Correct.
Because this is based on the transcript.
This is transcript, okay. And what Sylvia was showing was the actual recording time. Yeah, okay. Okay, so it makes sense. So we all spoke equally, got as well. I'm going to go to the next one, peoples and roles. I like this one because I'm always at the top. I'm a senior developer, apparently, which, you know, it's been 3 weeks now, Adam. I think I should ask for an upgrade. Sylvia is 8 out of 10 Scrum Master, which is great. And Gert was our new PO for the day, so he only scored a 6, but I'm sure he's a good PO in other teams. No worries. And then just more insights. Again, he mentioned the cross-bidding as the big issue, that it was blocked for a few months, and some trends, which I didn't look at those, so I'm not sure what I should call out here, but yeah. That's our AI summary. Do you know about this one, Adam?
No, I haven't seen that capacity utilization before.
Yeah, me neither. But yeah, okay. So that's about what we got out of this report. Back to the email, so I'll bring it back to you, Sylvia.
Okay.
So,
just overall, do you think you will give it a tick for being accurate or across for inaccurate?
I would give it a 6 today, 6 out of 10, because of the sprint goal mismatch.
Do I have an emoji for that?
For the 6? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Let's make it X.
Yeah, put the red because it's not correct. Yeah.
Okay.
It was wrong.
Yeah, 7 we consider is like baseline, right? So
correct.
if it's a 6, then it's a cross. Okay, cool.
So speaking summary, yeah, I mentioned this one before. So in this one, yeah, there was just a little difference, but not much. However, we have an issue with this one. So we asked Copilot what was the main issue completed, and what it said was that we identified and raised a TimePro invoice timesheet bug showing an external sync error. This is true. We mentioned this during the recording, but it was just something we saw like on the day. It wasn't something we worked on during the sprints. So we did a yak shave on this one, so it's now in the backlog, but it should not have pointed this one out. It should have pointed out the sprint goals. Right. So this is also a bit of a disappointment, I guess. So yeah. Yeah. But that's the first time we put red cross on AI, so maybe it's just a one-off. Okay. Yeah. And yak shave usage, we have 22 new PBIs over the last 30 days. 17 of them were yak shave, so that's 77% of yak shave ratio, and we completed 8 PBIs over 30 days. Now you can take over for the retro, Sylvia.
Yeah, sure. Let's go through the retro. Well, it's just Jeffrey and me doing the retro, even though Sam was working with us, so we will just talk for two of us. The big thing, Michael was very happy with the new rates tab when we demoed it to him. So it's really useful for him because we had those the zero sync error mostly coming from expiring rates. So this will help him a lot. And then the second one, big one, is the documentation that we already mentioned that we updated on the own billing documentation and also create e-invoicing doc. These are two really important docs. And then the rest of them, those, like we mentioned, a lot of downs, we utilized most of our capacity. What didn't go so well? So we have unexpectedly from Sam. So that's the yesterday and today. That's why we couldn't get most of the update from him before our sprint review. And then I mentioned that for the extended sprint, we don't have enough PBIs refined so that people are ready to pick up when the backlog goes is like cleaned up. So then also Jeffrey mentioned that for the e-invoicing is unexpected work that kind of interrupt in middle of the sprints, but it's critical for SSW France. And then what the improvement to be made, first thing is to do a backlog refinement so that we always know when our sprints backlog goes down, we are completing the work, what's the next to pick up. Yep, so that's the retro. Any question?
No, all good.
All good. Then we can proceed to the forecast. So here is the forecast for next sprint, 350. And for next sprint, we have one sprint goal to finish that on billing documentation. So this we will need to get task pass from the architects and also from you, Adam. And we want to restart that cross-billing epic. I know we've mentioned it many times.
Yes.
And then this is the backlog. The top ones are what we have work in progress brought over from this sprint. And then we've added 4 new ones. 2 of them that I mentioned is from the dependency failure monitoring. The 2 root cause that Sam suspect that has induced that dependency failure. And then the 2 more are for the UI changes to improve the invoice. And this is the main action point to work on next from Copilot. And I think this one doesn't capture our sprint goal, but it's still kind of accurate because that's something we want to fix, right? What do you think, Jeffrey?
Can you read it out loud? Oh, sorry, should I do it? Okay, I'll do it. So we asked what is the main item to do next? Be brief. And he told us that it was to investigate the TimePro external sync error on invoice timesheets and determine if a fix is required. And yes, this was just a small thing we talked about. I don't know why it picked it as the most important. So
we actually mentioned, I asked the question whether this should also be the goal, and we said no on the recording. It shouldn't be because it's only investigating, and we don't know yet whether it takes action from us or not. But it still picked it up as actually the main item to do next, which is a bit.
It is, yes, I agree with that, but I do find it unusual when you've got a sync error. It isn't a high priority item. Because usually you fix errors before you do new features.
Yes, but this one was picked on the day, so it was not part of the sprint. We just saw it today.
Right.
Yeah, it's something we just noticed on the day.
About the planning now, right?
Yeah, planning, yeah. But this is something, the sync error is something we saw during the recording. It was not in the sprint.
Right, but it should be in this sprint.
Yeah, it is. It's yak shapes.
Yeah.
We accept the issue.
But it is kind of going to be one of the.
Yeah, correct. It will be, yeah. But it's not the main one. Yeah, it is sort of accurate. But as I thought, based on everything else, on billing was the big one, you know.
Usually you fix an error before new stuff.
Yeah, true.
I think that you would do this before the big new feature.
Yeah, correct. Okay, it might be accurate then.
So maybe put a tick on it.
Yeah, put a tick on it. Yeah, and do we want to update our sprint goal to include that as a
yes, it should
to fix the sync error?
Yeah.
Okay, I will fix that after. So do a tick. All right. So that's it. Any question, comments for the summary?
No, it looks great. I would bold the important ones here.
Oh, yeah.
And where are the 2 that you're worrying about?
So I think the newly yak-shaped one. Yeah.
The yak-shape better be added to this before sending it.
Yeah, I can send you the link. Sorry, Sylvia, I didn't do that.
So Copilot is helping us.
Yep.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, good way.
It is. Yeah, I sent to you right after. I've got it here.
Okay, I will fix the email. So that's it. This meeting will be accessible through our YouTube channel. You could check it out. We have the SSW TimePro YouTube channel. And thank you all for joining this meeting.
Thanks, Sylvia.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Did we mention the YouTube channel if you have already watched?